Chelsea Huska DeBoer was always known as one of the best moms from Teen Mom, which is why it was especially shocking when she turned her back on Aubree to start a new life and family with Cole. We all watched in horror as she started putting Cole before Aubree, yelling at her for ruining Cole's experience as a new parent, and so much worse. After Chelsea's episode of 16 and Pregnant premiered in 2010, it didn't take long for viewers to feel bad for her. Her baby daddy, Adam Lynn, was immature, rude, and controlling.
With me and Adam, there's always drama. He usually has a problem with whatever I do and whoever I do it with.
Meanwhile, Chelsea came across as naive but innocent and hopelessly in love with Adam. She immediately became a fan favorite for seemingly being dedicated to being a present mom for Aubree. But on Teen Mom 2, Chelsea's true colors were exposed. Despite the fact that Adam repeatedly proved himself to be a mean-spirited, deadbeat dad, Chelsea kept pushing him to be a happy family with her and Aubree. But as soon as he moved on and got another woman pregnant, Chelsea's intentions seemed incredibly suspicious.
I seriously tried so long to make it work so it could be a family.
All of a sudden, Chelsea didn't really care about Aubree's bond with Adam anymore. Once she found out that he was expecting a baby with Taylor Halber, her act came crashing down completely. Aubree was only 4 years old at the time, and she wanted her dad in her life so badly, but Chelsea was so jealous and upset that he was having another baby with someone else. What she said about it around Aubree was seriously disgusting. Chelsea was regularly filmed talking to her friends about Adam, and Aubree was in the same room most of the time. She completely downplayed her daughter's feelings by speaking negatively about Adam during those conversations. But that wasn't all. On more than one occasion, Chelsea claimed that she would tell Aubree that her new sister, Paisley, wasn't her real sibling. She actually believed it was true too, and her reasoning was truly unbelievable. In one scene, Chelsea mentioned that because Paisley was Adam's child and not hers, she didn't count as Aubree's sister. Her argument was totally ridiculous and was in no way beneficial for Aubree to hear. But when Cole entered the picture, things took a startling turn for the worse. Less than a month after Chelsea first met Cole, she had already invited him over to her house to be around Aubree. But that probably shouldn't have been too surprising considering who else she had allowed to be around her daughter. From 2011 to 2014, Chelsea occasionally posted on social media about her friend Slade Hinrich. She even shared photos of Slade holding Aubree and claimed that her toddler had kissed his cheek because she had a crush on him. This was when Chelsea's parenting choices with Aubree went from questionable to absolutely shocking. It turns out that Slade had been convicted of treating an underage girl extremely inappropriately a few years before that. He was even required to be listed on a national registry for the rest of his life. And it's not like Chelsea had been kept in the dark about his past. So many of Chelsea's Twitter followers had tweeted her about Slade's alarming criminal record, but she ignored all their warnings and continued bringing Aubree around him for at least another 2 years. She even referred to him as Uncle Slade, which is honestly appalling. After Chelsea met Cole, she apparently stopped hanging out with her creepy friend, but even though that was positive, it wasn't for the right reasons. Nobody seemed to matter to her anymore besides Cole, and sadly, that included Aubree. Chelsea hadn't completely stopped trash talking Adam and his mom Donna around Aubree, but after she faced some backlash from Teen Mom 2 viewers for it, how she spoke when the cameras were rolling was usually pretty different. Eventually, Chelsea started sending Aubree out of the room when she talked poorly about Adam, but that happened quite a lot, which meant that Aubree was often on the iPad by herself, isolated from everyone else. And that wasn't the only concerning change in Chelsea's behavior toward Aubree. At one point, Chelsea decided not to film certain parts of her life as much. She wanted more privacy for her new relationship with Cole, which was fine at first. However, she didn't seem to think that Aubree deserved the same respect. Chelsea had no problem exploiting poor Aubree's struggles on camera. She constantly questioned her daughter about the disappointing experiences she had with Adam, and what she did next was seriously unsettling. Despite wanting privacy for herself, Chelsea kept airing out Adam's dirty laundry and his personal problems while filming. She regularly brought up how troubled the bond was between Aubree and Adam and acted like she felt crushed by it, but her actions definitely didn't help the situation. If anything, it seemed like Chelsea was purposely trying to erase Adam and his family from Aubree's life, but Aubree still loved her dad and wanted him to try to be around more. What Chelsea did after that, despite her daughter's feelings, was so insensitive. Chelsea never missed an opportunity to push the idea of Aubree being adopted by Cole onto her. The majority of their conversations were about Cole or their potential adoption, but that wasn't exactly because it was something that Aubree had initially thought of herself. Chelsea's interactions with her daughter really only seemed meaningful and exciting to her when Aubree talked about Cole in a positive way. Whenever she made a comment about him being a member of their family, Chelsea absolutely beamed, but for a truly selfish reason. Chelsea hadn't forgotten about her dream of having a picture-perfect family, but because Aubree was a reminder of her previous toxic attachment to Adam, Chelsea started basically trying to rewrite her family tree. She constantly talked about how much better Cole was than Adam, and even asked Aubree if she wanted him to be her father instead. After Chelsea and Cole got married, she still didn't stop pushing Aubree to accept him as her real dad. But even Chelsea's father, Randy, didn't think she needed to constantly bring it up to Aubree.
You can't push it, because if you force it, then she might resent.
Oh God, yeah.
Chelsea claimed that she understood, but she kept talking to Aubree about being adopted by Cole. She didn't seem to care that Aubree had spent years making memories and forming bonds with Adam's family and still loved them. But when Chelsea and Cole were expecting their first child together, suddenly family meant everything in the world. When Chelsea told Aubree about the pregnancy, she acted like it was her first time being a big sister. She still didn't seem to realize or care that her daughter loved Paisley. After Watson was born, Chelsea started showing actual resentment toward Aubree and pushing her to the side. She even accused her of pretending to be afraid of the dark at night just to get attention. But that wasn't even the most bizarre part of Chelsea's treatment of Aubree. Believe it or not, Chelsea was actually upset that her daughter was too scared to sleep in her bed by herself. She claimed that Aubree was just being difficult and was preventing her and Cole from being able to share a bed at night. Her top priority clearly wasn't Aubree or her well-being. But what made matters worse was the unbelievable accusation that Chelsea made next. She seriously believed that Aubree was ruining Cole's first-time parenting experience with Watson. What kind of parent feels that much bitterness toward their 8-year-old child, let alone talks about it on national TV? Aubree was most likely struggling to feel like she belonged in the family since Chelsea was obviously only focused on Cole and Watson. She really just wanted to be included and felt important whenever she was allowed to hold her baby brother. But even that was a problem.
Okay.
I never get to
Yes, you do.
It's almost like Chelsea didn't want Aubree to be involved at all anymore.
God. Okay, come on
Why
here.
need to hold it longer?
Not surprisingly, that hurt Aubrey's feelings, which created a cycle of tension between her and her mom. Crazy enough, it actually resembled Chelsea's unstable relationship with her own mother, Mary. Unfortunately, things didn't really get better for Aubree. In fact, Chelsea only appeared to push her away more every time she and Cole had another baby together. She seemed to always be annoyed with Aubree just for being around the family. In the last few years, Chelsea has included Aubree at times, but mostly when it comes to making money off her. She launched a home decor line called Aubree Says and let her be in some of the promotional photo shoots for the brand. But that was basically it. Now it seems like Chelsea has pretty much replaced Aubree with the children she has with Cole. Interestingly, Aubree still has a relationship with Adam and she appears to spend more time with him now than she did in the past. It almost makes you wonder if the way Chelsea has treated her has anything to do with Aubree's refusal to give up on her real dad. No matter what the reason is for Chelsea pushing Aubree away and repeatedly prioritizing men over her, it's heartbreaking. Chelsea's own choices in life should have never impacted the relationship with her young daughter in such a toxic, bitter way. But now that we've gotten into all the ways that Chelsea has abandoned and dismissed Aubree over the years, I'm curious. What are your thoughts on Chelsea constantly downplaying Aubree's feelings involving Paisley, Adam, and his parents? What do you think about Chelsea accusing Aubree of ruining Cole's parenting experience with Watson? Let me know in the comments below.